immigration saturation in Australia when the national story stopped being taught. Have you ever noticed how a country can still fly its flag while quietly forgetting what the flag was meant to carry? Children grow up here, adults work here, newcomers settle here, but fewer people are taught the deeper story beneath the roads, laws, freedoms, sacrifices, institutions and moral inheritance. The country remains visible, the meaning becomes faint. A nation cannot integrate people into a story it no longer teaches. When the national story weakens, assimilation becomes impossible to measure because nobody can clearly say what newcomers are being asked to join. This is where the consequence sharpens. Immigration pressure does not only expose population strain, it exposes civil memory loss. If Australia cannot explain itself, then integration collapses into administration. Forms are completed, oaths are spoken, ceremonies are photographed, but the deeper transfer does not occur. The newcomer is not informed by the nation. The nation is gradually reformed by unmanaged difference. And this becomes dangerous because every society needs a moral centre strong enough to survive demographic change. And without that centre, the loudest identity wins. The most organised grievance wins. The most protected sensitivity wins. The most confident imported worldview begins negotiating with a host culture that no longer knows how to defeat itself. And that is when national generosity turns into national exposure. Schools avoid difficult historical truth. Politicians speak in slogans. Institutions replace inheritance with inclusion language. Citizens are told to celebrate diversity but not taught what must never be surrendered. And the result is a population trained to receive change but not to judge it. A country that forgets its story cannot distinguish enrichment from erosion. I'm going to read that again because I thought that came out really well. A country that forgets its story cannot distinguish enrichment from erosion. It cannot tell the difference between neighbourly welcome and civil displacement. It cannot identify when tolerance becomes submission. And then the majority begins paying the price. Social trust thins, cultural confidence weakens, public speech becomes nervous, local customs begin negotiating, and the next generation inherits a country with systems intact but meaning unstable. The most consequential failure is not that outsiders arrived. It is that insiders forgot what had to be preserved. And when the national story is no longer taught, integration becomes theatre. Citizenship becomes paperwork. Cohesion becomes wishful language. And the country begins dissolving from memory before it dissolves in law.